Hello, my name is Pauline, and today we're talking about building a relationship with yourself. Most of our relationship issues come because we're trying to give what we do not have. On a scale of 0 to 5, how well do you love yourself? Whatever you're getting out there, it's a response to what you are emitting. You may not notice it, but if you are not happy on the inside, it is hard to have people treat you sweetly or respond to you as nicely as you would desire. So if you're not happy on the inside, girl, it's time to do something about it. And if you listen to the end, you see exactly how to clean that inner you up so that you can start to feel what you are trying to give the other person. Because that's the only way you're going to give well and in the end get the kind of feedback that you desire. Now, let me tell you something about that inner energy. It controls you in ways that you cannot even imagine. I'm talking about the energy that is controlling your intrapersonal space. What's this intrapersonal space? Is that place where you communicate with yourself, where you take a look at who you are, where you appreciate what you have or you frown at it, you know? It is that place where your past has settled, where the emotions that came from yesterday have taken rest. It's that place where your deeds are generated, your thoughts, your actions, your intentions, everything that you do out there comes from that space inside. If you can fix that inner space, you can have a better relationship. That intrapersonal space controls your interpersonal experiences. It is the energy that you bring from there that influences the things you say, influences the things you do, and then that thing you say or do ignites a similar energy in the person that you're interacting with. We all have the ability to be nice, regardless of how mean a person may look. We all have the ability to be nice. The difference is some people can use it, some people know how to tap into it and use it, some people don't know, and some people just don't want to use it. But you who is interacting with that person, you have that ability to influence that response. If you can emit the energy that you need from that person. For example, if I walk into your space and I'm grumpy, right? It's hard for you to smile at me. And even if you try to smile at me, your response, your immediate response after I do not return your smile will be to, take a step back. If you are close to me, you may want to find out like what's wrong. But if my response to that question, what's wrong, doesn't feel like I need anybody asking me questions or something, what you're going to do is withdraw. And if I continue in that same space, that same energy, that same behavior, what you do next is despise me. And if I continue, you may even feel disgusted by me. So it's really important for us to know that before we are trying to give somebody something, we must make sure that it's coming from here. We already feel it. The error we make, especially women, the error we make in our relationships is that we're trying to give what we do not have. We're trying to love the man, yet we haven't been able to love ourselves. We're trying to please the man, yet deep within us there is total starvation. There's that inner person seeking the attention, seeking the opportunity to be pleased as well, to be given a chance to shine. You see? So the reason why people mess with you, it's because your actions and your deeds are coming from a place where there is void of what you're trying to give. It's coming from a place where there is no peace. Let me cite examples for you to see. It happens everywhere, in our daily lives. We experience this. If we are not going through it in person, we are seeing other people who are going through them. Imagine a woman who is supposedly submissive. Yeah. But deep within her, she has no love for herself. Would you think that her actions of submission are indeed submission or just born from fear? If she's coming from that place of love, that action of submission ignites that energy that is supposed to respond to submission from a woman in the man she's interacting with. You get it? But if her submission is coming from a place of fear, all that it's doing is igniting the same negative energy in the man to respond to fear. Because one thing we need to know is that when people are responding to us, they're not really responding to the words, they're responding to the energy in those words. For example, there's some things that people will say to you and you will laugh. Someone could come in and insult you. Yeah. People tell me sometimes your body's big. And I'm like, yes, it's my ID card. But there are times that if you say your body's big, I'll be like, no, your eyes are big. Why? Because now I'm responding to that energy. Because one of them sounds like a joke, and the other sounds like you're trying to insult. You're trying to be petty. You get it? So then the energy that has been ignited in me is the one to fight back. So now I'm fighting back and I'm like, okay, no, I'm throwing this back at you. Your eyes are big. It's not like anything on me is big. It's just your eyes that's magnifying it. So maybe you want to take care of your eyes. So it's the same kind of thing. People do not respond to the word. It's not the words. If it was all about the words, sometimes some things are said that look really simple, but they piss us off so much that we respond to them in a way. Sometimes in your quiet moment, you're like, did I really have to say that? Did I really have to do that in response to what the person said? It's simply because at that time, what the person was saying, the energy in those words ignited in me that same energy that had to fight back. Negative will ignite negative. Love, peace, happiness, cheerfulness, confidence, self-esteem will ignite the same kind of positive energy in that person to respond to that energy I am emitting. You see? So if they are messing with you, girl, or if you are a man listening to me, if the woman in your life is messing with you, cool down. Don't fight them. No. Why? Because all you're doing is reigniting more of the negative. The negative energy has several babies. So if being mean isn't doing good enough and you come with and I sense the same energy in you tomorrow, I'll do something even worse. You get it? So it ignites its likes. So if they're messing with you, don't fight back. Take a quiet moment and revisit your inner space. Think about that interpersonal space. What are you carrying inside? And here are some quick tips that you can start putting into practice from now to elevate your inner space. It will take a little more than that. And I'm going to do another video to share the steps you can really take more detailedly. But on the surface, these are things you can start practicing immediately. Number one, accept the things that you cannot change about you. Not everybody is meant to be a figure eight. If you are figure eight, that's your own blessing, and probably you have it because it's meant to serve a purpose in your life. There's nothing that is given without a purpose. Nothing at all. And maybe you will find it someday. But if you are not a figure eight, stop trying to be a figure eight. You kill yourself in the course of it because the body you have is meant to serve another purpose. So instead of trying to be something else, find out what you have is meant to serve. Another thing you want to do is compliment yourself. You see that inner dialogue, those moments when you're quiet, you're on your own, Nobody's listening to you, nobody's seeing you. Imagine that moment and the things you say to yourself when no one is watching. How good are they? Are they things that you can proudly say outside? Proudly, because some people call themselves all kind of shit names, but they don't do it proudly. And to tell that they don't do it proudly, if you dare use that same word at them, you know what I'm talking about. You see that? Yeah. Because sometimes some people be like, "Oh, I'm so stupid," and you're like, "Yeah, you're stupid." You're like, are you mad? Why you call me that? So watch those moments. Watch those moments and ask yourself if the things you're saying are really things that you would be okay if someone said them to you. If they are not, don't sit on them. Another thing you want to do is compliment yourself in public. Try it. It will help you. It's a way of tapping into your own strength because you carry a lot of strength. So it's a way of compliment yourself. Don't wait for people to do it. You look beautiful. You're beautiful. Look in the mirror and be like, God, you tried though. See, if you have to wait for people to do this for you, they only give it to you when they are in their best of moods. Can you imagine how long that might take? You die young if you try. Okay. Another thing you want to do, compliment others, appreciate other people. It will not kill you. Do it genuinely. It helps remind you that yes, there are still some good things in the people you interact with. It helps open your mind to see more, to zoom in onto those good things. And that helps you continuously ignite the positive in those people. Learn to do that. And it reminds you of the need to compliment your own self. And the last of them all that I think is really quick is to avoid competition. Don't compare. There's no reason. Kick competition. There's nothing like healthy competition. Anything that's to do with competition is already poisonous to your inner self. Why? You are an individual. You don't want to be feeling like you have to be somebody else. And it's true that sometimes you just can't help it. Yes, let's be real, man. Sometimes we can't help it because we are like, why is my own thing like this? Why is this person moving on and just flying and I'm on this spot? Yeah, those moments are okay for you to have those questions and all of that. If you have those moments, it should not be to copy or try to be that person. You can look at what they are doing that you are not doing. For example, maybe they are sacrificing time. Maybe they are sacrificing other fun stuff, the designers and all of that, so that they can meet up with their goals. And maybe what you're seeing now are products of those sacrifices. So if you look at such a thing, it should be to copy the attitude of sacrifice, the psychology, the philosophy of sacrifice. It should not be to go get the designers or to go buy what that person is buying or to be that person, because you're just killing yourself when you do that. You see, all these things I've given, all the tips that I've shared, if you've not been able to do them, there is only one reason. One, it's low self-esteem. It's just the low self-esteem. And if you can rework that, you can fix a lot about your personal life, your personal relationship, your relationship with you. You can fix a lot. Because self-esteem simply means your measurement of who you are, your judgment of yourself. And if your self-esteem is low, something made it low. Nobody's born with low self-esteem. And in the next edition, I'm going to tell you exactly how to rebuild your self-esteem. I'll tell you why it probably got broken or went down, and then how to build it up from zero to hero. That will be all for now. Take care. Come back next week. That's a promise. Hope you had a good time. And don't forget, if you're watching this video, if it helps you, remember to share. Like I said, this is not just a channel. This is a ministry. Stay blessed. Bye.
I won't make it easy for you now.